Hi, my name is Michelle Cutler, and I recently graduated with an associate's in graphic and web design. I'm currently working for a design firm called Inspired Designs, and I also do book layout and graphic design for New Moon journals and planners, which is available on Amazon. I am going to answer a few of your questions right now. How do you stay up to date with the latest trends in your field? I always enjoy researching. I do use the internet quite a bit to see new portfolios, new designs that are made daily, as well as design books. I do find a lot of interesting ideas and concepts from mid-century designs. I also enjoy looking at other avenues of art, including fine art, fashion, interior design, illustration. I think that having a well-rounded sense of trends as a whole gives a better avenue of what people are really looking for. For example, if you're planning to do a company with branding for, let's say, an essential oil company, you want that oil company to look beautiful inside of your house. I take a lot of pride in being a part of the design community, and I like the challenge of making designs that my peers are also inspired by. What steps would you take to resolve a dispute you have with a coworker? Well, I do feel like a lot of miscommunications can sometimes happen from email correspondence, and nowadays that most jobs are remote, I do think that being precise with your words is very important. Sometimes communications that go through email that might not be taken correctly could be solved easily with a phone call, video chat, or in person. I feel like when it comes to communication mishaps, things are often seen from one side, and as soon as they're seen from both sides, things can be collaboratively worked out. What are your greatest strengths and weaknesses? My greatest strength is my well-roundedness in art. Before graphic design, I was a tattoo artist and an illustrator, and I have been illustrating now for 15 years. This well-roundedness has provided me with an exceptional quality of my art. I take a lot of pride in everything that I produce. This wide range of art experience, including the tattoo experience with illustration, really gives me a sense of knowing how to communicate with the customer and the client. Usually when you have a client, there is a design problem that needs to be solved, and that is my favorite part about being a graphic designer. I love that moment when you can articulate why the design is working. It's one thing to be able to create something that's beautiful, and another thing that actually solves problems, creates a visual representation of the company, and provides them with a confident and trustworthy brand. One of my weaknesses is that I do need to take breaks through work. That's why I am happy that this job will be a remote job. I do need to stand up and move around. I have to do stretches on the wall, but anybody that's sat at the computer for very long knows that you gotta move a bit. So I do tend to have to stand up and work from a standing desk as well as work from a normal desk. But if I push myself, the weakness really becomes if I push myself too much, that my chronic pain symptoms really get to me, and it makes it really hard to work. So in the long run, if I can stand up and move around a little bit, I can actually work longer and stronger. Where would you like to be in your career in 5 years? Well, I really love being a designer, but I would really like to be paid for being a designer. I can see myself in 5 years being a designer that's strong enough that could go into a company that is semi-failing and be able to turn them around with their new appearance. I think I would be able to create an aesthetic for a company that would not only be marketable to the clients that they already have, but it would bring in clients that they haven't thought of. I think that having a well-rounded eye for trends is something that is flashing every day on our phones and our tablets and our TVs, but really seeing the things that make people want to buy or be included into their company, I feel like is one of my specialties. I am really excited to one day be able to be part of the team that goes and researches the companies first, sees what's lacking, and fills that hole. Well, thank you so much for your time. I'm so excited to hear back from you, and I hope that you guys have a wonderful day.